Hello, Stock Sumo here with StockTradersTalk.com. Want to do a quick recap on MDHI, that's Medical Alarm Concept Holdings Inc. We did a spotlight on this one a week ago, and it's been coming off its bottom nicely since. Found support at 0035 on the pullback. This chart data is going off of Friday, the previous trading session. It had a low of day of 0035, closed at 004 after seeing a high a day of 0044. So closed right in between the high and the low of the day. Again, finding support off of 0035, which is just above the 20-day moving average. A key thing I want to point out on this chart is last week after we did the spotlight, the stock broke above that 20-day moving average. Notice the last time the stock broke above the 20-day moving average back in May, it had a nice run all the way through the 50-day moving average, the 200-day, and the 100-day. Ended up hitting a high of 0094. It didn't just go straight up. There was a couple of, looked like a stair-step pattern, a couple of consolidation days, but once it broke above that 20-day moving average, it just never turned back. And at that time, you see the RSI got through the 50 MA overlay, just like we saw here in the past week. I'd like to see the RSI continue to hold above the 50 MA overlay. Notice last week we had the volume increase, which confirmed our move off the bottom. Blue bars on the histogram turned over and flipped to the top side, and the PPO recently crossed over. All bullish points. I'd like to see the PPO continue to separate, and I'd like to see that PPO climb above the 50 MA overlay. Slow stow is cranked up in the power zone. That's looking pretty strong. I'd like to see that slow stow hold above the 50 MA overlay. It's well above that right now. I like how the accumulation and distribution has sharply risen off of that bottom. Right around the same time that the RSI was coming off of being oversold, the accumulation distribution turned over and crossed the 50 MA overlay, and it's been on a nice slope up since. So all in all, MDHI chart looking rather ripe. We definitely want to keep this one on our watch list. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out our morning show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, StockTradersTalk.com.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.